Hey folks, welcome to Refined Slime. I'm your host Dante. Today I'm going to be talking about the 1969 movie Midnight Cowboy. Uh, this one's pretty heavy. It's not your typical. Well, yeah, this is a bro movie. You could say that. It's dark. Uh, it's about what happens when the naive young Texan moves to the city and wants to become a prostitute. So this movie stars John Voight and Dustin Hoffman. Both of their portrayals in this movie are top notch. So John Voight plays a character named Joe Buck. Like I mentioned before, he's a Texan. He moves to the big city, New York. He's gonna make it big. He's gonna sleep with all these women, he thinks, and he's gonna make a mint, and everything's gonna be candy and lollipops and rainbows. But of course, that's not what happens, and he's immediately scammed. He runs into this character played by Dustin Hoffman, named Ratso Rizzo, who is just this little, like, shrimpish, greasy man who's just sick all the time and limping and just, an aging con artist. He's seen it all, and these two form a bond together in the big city, New York City. It's such an interesting movie. I don't know. It's like I mentioned. It doesn't make you feel good exactly. Things are everything's going wrong for these two characters. They live in absolute squalor in an abandoned building and have to like eat bowls of soup out of out of. They don't even have the bowls. They just got the coffee mugs that are eating their soup out of. I don't know. It's just you want them to succeed, but you know they can't. Joe Buck is constantly being tricked into giving blowjobs or receiving blowjobs, or sex acts, or doing sex work, and the person just robs him or tricks him, or nothing can go right for these poor guys. Uh, there's a lot of the cinematography is really interesting. There's a lot of like at one point they go to this like art house. What I imagine like a lot of the parties in Brooklyn are like, and then everybody's taking LSD and tripping, and it gets kind of weird and psychedelic. There's nothing Hollywood uh, about the film. You kind of just feel bad for the people, and you're just observing. Joe Buck, even it's alluded that there was some kind of like sexual abuse that he had faced, and that's why he moved to New York and became a prostitute to begin with. Like it's the movie's dealing with it a lot. They end up leaving the city after Joe Buck assaulted John and just takes all his money and his jewelry and everything, and they just say, "Fuck it, let's get out of here." And they take a bus down to Florida. And by that time, Ratso Rizzo is just, I mean, obviously they don't have air conditioning and they're going through like a New York winter, but he's falling apart. And by the time they get to Florida, he's passed away. He's dead. And it's very sad. You feel for the characters. But I would highly recommend it. Like I said, the acting is fantastic. The cinematography, the story, you don't know exactly where it's going. It's not the most exciting at times, but it is good. So I would highly recommend checking out this flick. 1969's Midnight Cowboy also has a pretty awesome soundtrack with everybody's talking at me. I don't hear what they're saying. That's a Fred Neil song. I just looked that up. All right. So yeah, with that kind of like cheery song, or I guess it's melancholy, and then with these two lads, walking the streets in New York, just surrounded by wealth and everything, and they just don't have a fucking dime to their name, and you just follow them, and it's a pretty rad movie. So yeah, check it out. Thanks for listening. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know why you would, but yeah, thanks for listening. See you at the movies. I don't hear what they're saying.